Good evening, everyone, and welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, one and only, often imitated, never duplicated backyard superstar Tim Vicious. I am talking about with Raw. Before I go into that, I want to say, given the scorecard right now, 7.5, and I only say 7.5 because the half point comes from possibly one of my favorite things that happened all night. Wait for it. No CM Punk chance. Finally. You know, if you've listened to the Paul Heyman interview that was on the Steve Austin podcast, you know, if you haven't, I highly recommend you do. But if not, he even said it on there. He quit. So he quit. Literally. It's like, I'm going home. I quit. Bye. You know, that was it. So, you know, there was no thinking of the fans, trying to go for the people, or any of that kind of shit. He just said, fuck you, I'm out, send me my last paycheck. Bye-bye. And that's it. So, no more chance. Please, stop. Anyways, on with the show. Raw started out, Bryan coming on down the ring, and his blushing bride-to-be, the Bella that didn't get the boob job, I can never remember their names. You know, always a problem I've had with twins, can never remember which one's which. Swear I should just wind up having them, like, get their name tattooed on their arm or something, that way you can say, oh, it's this one and this one, you know. But, anyways, he comes down to the ring, starts basking in the glory on how the fans are all loving that he's there, and news got leaked out earlier that day that his dad wound up passing away. Feel real sorry for him on that, you know, but his dad got to see him get married and become a top tier guy in the biggest wrestling company out there today. So, you know, all in all, you can't really say he didn't get to see his son do everything he wanted. But, anyways, he comes out. Next thing you know, Steph's music comes out, and she starts walking on down the ring, and she winds up grabbing the mic saying, congratulations to you guys. All, you know, I've seen the photos. It was very organic and crunchy, whatever kind of crunchy weddings you've ever seen. The kind that I've seen is, do you? Yes. Do you? Yes. I now pronounce his husband and wife. And then that's it. And then after that, they do a couple photos, and then they go and have the reception. But anyways, start doing that, and then she books a match for the pay-per-view, Kane versus Bryan at Extreme Rules. And you know, it's saying that Kane's now back in his devil's favorite demon form, which, thank God he's in that form instead of his dentist form. Because I really would not want to see Kane in his dentist form again. Ugh. But, yeah, Steph starts talking about on how Kane wants to eviscerate Bryan. Next, you know, boom, his music hits, and that you could tell Kane wasn't gonna come out the second and right after the boom down part hit, and Kane didn't walk out. You knew he wasn't. So, you know, I know it's just okay. Now it's just a matter of waiting, and Bryan and the missus get on at the ring, and he's got her behind him like, oh, behind me, honey, I got this. Next year she looks, ah! And Kane comes out of nowhere, bam, starts going into town on him, and the whole time Steph's yelling at him, Kane, stop, selling it good, like, you know, I mean, it would have done a hell of a lot better than me, because I'd have acted like the boss that didn't want it to stop and just be like, Kane, please, stop. Please don't. But You know what I mean? It's like I said, I liked being the heel and I liked getting the heat from the crowd. So, you know, came out the tombstone, gave him a tombstone, steps, table, all that jazz. And then when they went to go put him on the stretcher, wheel him away, King came back, flipped him off, and then that's when I think he gave him the tombstone on the table. But the thing that made me think, honestly, at first that it was just a work was the fact that the collar got put underneath the beard, you know, and it didn't, and you know, instead of them trying to move it under because in case anything, or but the more I thought on it, it's like, well, you know what, you never know, because there are some really long bearded guys that could have gotten some serious kind of neck issues and they've had to do it just like that, and just told the guy, deal with the irritation and deal with it being scratchy and bugging you. Yeah, but yeah, they wound up saying that it was he got a really bad stinger, and that was it. You know, my money's on that they wrote that right at the last minute when they, you know, when they found out his dad passed, so that way they could say, all right, you know what, Daniel, we're gonna write you off the show for the night. You can come back, like you can come back next Monday or whenever, so that way you can go be with your family. You go do that. You know, because you say what you want about WWE, Vince, the stories and all that shit, you know, they do wind up taking care of they do wind up looking after their people, you know, and they see that Brian's money, so they're going to try and make sure he's good for right now. Now on to the first match. It was one of the matches for the Intercontinental Tournament. Sheamus versus Barrett, which case I wound up calling out this one dude because I put it on there on Twitter. If you think Wade Barrett's gonna lose, and in his line, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. And there goes my bad Wade Barrett impression. You know, but yeah, this dude wound up saying, nah, Barrett's got a job. And then right when Barrett got the 3, I just answered him, you were saying? But dude never hit me up back, so goes to show I pulled his bitch card out. But the match itself, I liked it. It was good. It was very good, very solid, you know. They play to each other. Sheamus and Barrett play to each other really well. I just wish they would stop on commentary with the constant, oh, it's England versus Ireland kind of thing. Really? I mean, for fuck's sake, why don't you just make if you want to go and do it like that, well, how about this? Make Sheamus a heel and make him look like he's pro IRA, you know? That's on how, if you're going to do it. If you want to do it like that, then do it like that. Otherwise, just fucking stop, please. But the part on on how the match ended, obviously, like I said, Barrett won. Barrett, he went to go for the elbow. You know, Sheamus ducked, and Sheamus got out the way. During all that, Barrett wound up going out of the ring, you know, and just as he was getting up onto the apron, wham! Caught him, got back inside, got the 1, 2, 3, and I know some people may not be a fan of Barrett's bullhammer elbow finisher. I like it just because of the simple fact, you know, to me, a good, strong finishing move is one that you can put on at anywhere, anytime, in any kind of way. You know, I mean, you know, one that you can hit anyone with. You know, I mean, case in point, that's why I used the DDT. I used the DDT, and you know, not to say I did it like Jake Roberts, where I had the guy land right here on his head, right here. No, I did it where they would land right on the top, right up here. You know? Yeah, but that was a good, solid match. I absolutely loved it. Next up, it was Los Matadors and the White Bold Midget versus 3.5 Men Band. Honestly, if they'd have just had the two midgets wrestling the whole time, I'd have been perfectly okay with this, but this was complete fucking bullshit. I mean, seriously, you're gonna hype up that you had midget wrestling, and then, and everyone loves watching midget wrestling. Who does? I dare somebody to say something in the comment box down below that on how, and tell me why they would not like midget wrestling. I mean, come on. It's almost as fun as midget tossing. And if you've never done midget tossing, you are truly missing out on something, because I have done that and it is a blast. But anyways, back to the... If they'd have just had it be Hornswoggle versus Torito and have them going at it, just a one-on-one match, then I'd have been cool with it. But it was just, it was just so much bullshit in there. It was just, ugh. I didn't like it. It's... The guys didn't really seem like they really were into it. And the fact that, you had Hornswoggle get knocked down into the corner, Slater go over to help him. Next thing you know, Torito go and gore Slater right in the nuts. Really? Come on, what the... Can we just stop with this and actually give either Primo and Epico or 3MB a legit push, one or the other, just so that way we can stop with these damn time-filling jobber versus jobber matches. It's getting fucking boring. Next matchup, Usos versus Cody Dust. They were good. I absolutely loved it. And, I give the Usos shit all the time, saying on how I don't get behind them. I still don't. They're a good tag team, don't get me wrong. I still don't, though. Everyone was doing really good with the match. It was very nice, very good, solid. It was a good, solid tag match, and I absolutely loved it. And, I wish they would do more tag team matches like this. And it ended, the Usos won. Cody went to go do the Crossroads. The one Uso, super kick on him. Next year, they got the 1, 2, 3. And Cody and Goldust, now Cody just looked, he was like, no, back off, and then just walked away, and Goldust's like, what? People, don't go getting pissed off because they're finally looking like they're finally starting to do a build between a match between them two. This is textbook 101 booking. You want to get mad because of the fact that it wasn't at WrestleMania? You know what? Too bad. The immortal words of Hunter, did somebody not get what they wanted? Quit your fucking whining. Quit your bitching. This is textbook 101 booking. It's a slow, steady build. If they are going to build up to a match between them two, this is on how they're going to have to do it. Everyone was saying, oh, it's going to happen at Mania, obviously. No, because, and they did, I swear, I think they didn't do it at Mania just to prove a point, saying, haha, you smarts out there don't know shit. Next matchup, it was Layla versus Emma. It was an ST Divas match. Honestly, I'd have just preferred if they'd have had Layla out there doing her little fan dingle hopper dancing, especially in the outfit that she had on, because damn. Emma, though, why? I absolutely love Emma in NXT, but I hate Emma on Raw. Does anyone see the conundrum here? Really didn't like the match. It was kind of... It was... I know some people say, oh, there's no hope in saving the women's division. No, there is. It's just, here's the thing. whoever is in charge of doing the recruiting for the women's division needs to get their head out of their ass and stop looking for wrestlers inside fucking Maxims and Sports Illustrated magazines and actually look in the fucking indies, because there are women wrestlers there that can wrestle and wrestle just as good as Bryan and a hell of a lot of other guys. You know? But instead they just go for somebody with long blonde hair, big boobs, and a nice ass. It gets annoying with that. But like, the worst part of the match was Emma wound up going and pulled out a cobra of her own, and her and Santino's cobras wound up getting locked up together. And honestly, if we're still not phrasing, all I'm going to ask is their cobras being stuck together code for crossing swords? You know? Just, I'll let you guys think on that one. Next matchup, Cesaro versus Van Dam. And it was, big shocker was Cesaro's new music. I'm not a fan of it, but I'm sure it'll grow on me over time. I like the little rap thing he had when he would first come out, you know, even when he had, you know, like when he had the US title reign going. Yeah. I got absolutely fucking livid though when they wound up cutting to a commercial in the middle of Paul Heyman doing a promo. I don't care if all he was saying nonstop was, "My client Brock Lesnar beat the streak." You do not interrupt Paul Heyman when he speaks. You know, the man was fucking born. The man started talking the minute he was born. The man can work a mic and work a crowd a million different ways. And that includes a television crowd. And what the hell do? You cut straight the commercial and cut it off. It's... Ugh. I mean, hell, you were plugging the app. The least that you could have done is say what he was talking about. You could have seen this on the app. But instead... yeah, Van Dam comes out, and Van Dam, he looks a little winded, you know. He looked a little winded. I'm pretty sure that's because he wound up smoking like 3 or 4 ounces of some nasty skunky stuff before hitting the ring. Yeah, because he looked like he had to use a few drops of Visine or Clear Eyes or something before he hit the ring. And the match itself, it was pretty okay, you know. I mean, it was more so, I'm more so crediting Cesaro for the match, you know. Nothing against Van Dam. Van Dam was doing his spots and such, but Cesaro, this is his time to prove, and he is proven, you know. Especially with on how now you got Paul Heyman there, you know, helping promote him, the King of Swing, you know. Still pissing me off though. You're calling him the King of Swinging, he ain't swung anyone yet. Just about near the end of the match though, Swagger's music comes out. Zeb and Swagger, the Real Americans music hit. Zeb and Swagger come out and they're standing up at the ramp, like, watching over them. Next thing you know, Swagger comes down and them two start going at it. RVD gets the DQ win. Next thing you know, Cesaro tosses Swagger out, grabs Zed by the beard, drags him down, getting ready to go and swing him, which is finally, Swagger stops him. Cesaro takes Swagger down, and then grabs him, and then goes and does the swing. Again, thank God, the King of Swing finally wound up doing a swing. You know, they booked a match for them on SmackDown coming up, and... that aside, if they just keep it, that one match, and then have their next match be at Extreme Rules, that'll be perfect, because what you could do from there, have them do the one match, have them go full on ballistic with each other, and then throw them weapons, or chairs, or tables, or, you know, kitchen sinks, pies, eggs, bathtubs, whatever the hell at each other. You know, and then book a match at Extreme Rules and have it be like a table match or a chair match or an I Quit match or whatever. You know? Just so that way, you know, can wind up, you know, it'll build up good because they have the one match and then they book that match at the pay-per-view. You give both guys matches versus other random dudes until then, and just have them both run interference on each other to help build it up. Anyways, almost forgot promo part that I wanted to talk about. Don't really talk about promos, but this one was actually something I wanted to bring up. Evolution came out still with no Dic Flair in there, and yes, I still call him Dic Flair because the way he would treat and book some of the undercards when he was a big guy, when he had say in bookings. But you know, they came out, and the biggest shock of all, Randall Orton was wearing pants. Oh yes, that's right. Randy finally wound up wearing pants. And wait, hold on. Evolution came out. Kane's in a half mask, attacking champions, going for gold. Oh my God, it's 2003 again. All of you people asked for the good old days. Well, you know what? You got it. So don't you go bitching a week later on it. Because I swear, if anyone I talk to on Twitter starts saying, "Oh, I'm sick of Evolution. Oh, I'm sick of Kane doing this," or any of that kind of shit, I'm just gonna say, you wanted the good old days. Well, you know what? It's 2003 again. So you know what? Open up and eat it, bitch. Anyways, Evolution's out there, and they're building up their six-man match against the Shield. I still swear that they should make that match no DQ or a table match or something. You know, just so that way, you know, you can have them say Evolution and the Shield are going full-blown war on each other and aren't holding back on nothing. Because, you know, it's the way that they're doing this, it's like that you're asking for the rules to just get broke. You know? The next match that was up there that night was another ST Diva match. Oh yes, that's right. So not one, but two, count them, two women matches on one night of Raw. Paige versus Oksana. Honestly, with the way that match went, I would have preferred seeing Oksana do a 5-minute headlock of doom instead of seeing her going and doing that, instead of doing what she did. Paige wound up getting the win with the Scorpion Crosslock. You know, obviously you expected that because they're going to build her up towards her match. She can't afford to lose right now, otherwise she's going to look weak. You know, next matchup, one of my new favorite parts of Raw, Rusev versus Jobber in a squash match. And the only reason on why it's my favorite part now is because Lana. You know, you can have Rusev just be out there all night, you know, beating up jobbers left and right. I could really care less because my eyes aren't on watching the Rusev match. My eyes are over there watching Lana, just like, good Lord, that ass. Yeah! You know, she could just, I don't know what the hell she's saying. She could be saying, I'm a dirty, rotten son of a goat whore in Russian for all I care. All I'm thinking is, honey, you just go ahead, keep on talking, because you know what? I'm eye-banging you up and down. You know? There ain't one spot that we haven't done it yet up in here. Yeah! Anyways, I wound up having to rewind it, thank God for DVRs, and then play it again so that way I could see Rusev got the win. You know, it's next matchup, main event of the night, which case I want you guys to let it sit and sink in. Sin Cara wound up getting the pre-main event match. So yeah, go ahead. Just take that in. Next matchup, main event of the night, John Cena versus your vote based off of what the WWE app, I mean Vince McMahon, said. And it's either against Owen and Harper, or the entire Wyatt family. And the vote was, drumroll please, Wyatt family. Not really surprised. Wyatt family came out, they wound up, and you know, it was a good match. You know, it was a good solid handicap match. I mean, Cena won by DQ, but honestly, like I said, with this feud with Bray, Bray does not need to win the matches because it's simple. Cena can win all the matches left and right. Bray doesn't have to, because the way Bray's working it, you know, he's not attacking him. He's not attacking him, he's attacking his person. So it's all psychological and it's all mind games kind of shit. So, you know, Cena can win all the battles he wants. In the end, Bray's going to win the war because, you know, they're going to make Cena look like he's second guessing himself. They're going to make him look like he's going into a deep, dark place he does not want to be. And, you know, they're going to make him bring out his monstrous side, you know, even though he doesn't want to. And that is so brilliant. That's the big thing on this feud that everyone keeps missing, and everyone keeps saying, oh, Cena's winning, so, you know, Bray's not getting a push. No, he is. Because he's getting over with the crowd because the fact of on how he's making Cena look. It's that simple. If you'd bother to take 2 or 3 steps back from your I hate Cena shit, because trust me, I don't like the man any more than you, but I bother to take the time and look at the bigger picture. You know? Bray, hands down, he's going to wind up getting a push. If he's not holding a title, or if he's not holding some kind of title by this time next year, or, you know, at least not even holding the title, but being considered a big top tier guy, I honestly, I don't know what else to think except somebody dropped the ball with him. That's all the time for this week's video. So, like all normal, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch all the other episodes. Look for me on Twitter at TimVicious. Make sure y'all look for my backup account, Tim_Vicious, because I get put in Twitter jail every now and then. Also, don't forget to check out all these cool ass cats right here on Twitter. My brother from another mother, James James Belmont JX2001, that Roxy girl, Vicky Earls, Roxy and Vicky got their own YouTube channels. Make sure y'all check them out. I am Danny Sunday, Mucky Morris, Helen Robinson 82, Axel Mulligan. Make sure y'all check out Axel's blogs on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, pay-per-views. Hell of an educated fan. Always love having conversation with the man in regards to the sport and the business. Also, make sure y'all also check out his other page, Darren's Rambles. Also, look for the Sunday Segue. Got Kenny, love the show, can't wait until I can get back on again. Cranky Asshole changed his name just a little while ago to Cranky Grandpa with a PA in it. Haven't gotten a chance to fix it on the list yet. Legion Lady Aaron, Oliver Ben, Just a Stupid Mark. Also, make sure y'all check out Ollie Ben's and Masked Mark's TNA Turnaround. Alright, that's all the time for this one. So like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck yous.